All right, welcome to this discussion on building mental strength and mental toughness in tennis. So I want to welcome you to this, and as always, don't be average, be a tennis savage, and have the capacity for tennis tenacity. So, start with a story. This is when I was first playing tennis and I was coming up the ranks. I started as a 3-0, was a singles player, dominated and got bumped up to 3-5, and then quickly to 4-0. And our mixed team went to sectionals. And this is, I don't know, maybe 8-9 years ago. And we're in sectionals, and I wasn't supposed to be playing in the lineup, but one of our captains was a 4-5, and he was playing with a really good 3-5, but his 4-5, or his 9-0 team, or maybe it was a 4-5, yeah, it was his 4-5 team was also at sectionals, as our mixed team was as well. And he got called to play in the lineup for that team. So I had to step in for him and play with a 3-5 woman. And she was a very good 3-5 woman. She's now a 4-5, and went from 4-0 to 4-5, and now I'm back down to 4-0. So she was a really good 4-5. So we were, a 7-5 combo playing against. In sectionals, everyone's a little bit better. Like, she was a great 4-3-5. I was a really good 4-0. So, we were at the top of our levels, and you're always playing against other teams that are at the top of their levels. So anyway, we split sets, and I was playing well, and she talk about being in the present. She doesn't really ever know the score. Maybe her mind is somewhere else, but it's kind of a great way to play tennis because she just doesn't care as much. So, she doesn't really know if we're winning or losing and what the score is. And sometimes when she's serving, she has to ask me or her partner what the score is, which is, it's pretty funny. Anyway, so we're playing our match, and we're in the third set, and we go all third sets at, sectionals and district playoffs. They are 10-point super tiebreakers. So we're in the 10-point super tiebreaker, and I think we're down, I don't know what it is, 7-2, something like that. So 2-7. So our opponents need basically, they need 2-3 more points to win the match, to get to 10. And I look at her, and she said, "What's the score?" I'm all, we're down 7-2. And she said, "Oh man, we're gonna lose. It's not good." I said, "We are not losing this match." And I went into wild man and just literally took over. And she tells the story the same as I do. And we came back and we won, I think, the next 8 out of 9 points. And we beat them 10-8. So, that was just a moment in time where I just used, mental strength to just be determined and have the perseverance to take over and continue on and try to win every single point. And, of course, the ball has to bounce in your favor. And, once you get the momentum in tennis, it's hard for the other team to stop it. But tennis always has big shifts in momentum. It's like, playing pool. You can, get a ball in on the break and run the table if you're on. You just missed that one shot, and maybe your opponent comes right back, and they were dominating us in the tiebreaker, and and I had had enough of it. I'm like, we're not losing this match. But I was, in a good mood, and yeah, I was competitive, but I was having fun, and we came back and won that. It was a classic. It was something we talk about to this day after 8-9 years. So let's go into that, a little deeper. That's just one of my stories. So understanding mental toughness in tennis is big. It involves having resilience and focus and the ability to stay calm under pressure. That's a big one. That will just tennis teaches you lots of life lessons too. And all this stuff is going on around you. Maybe you've got drama, maybe there's bad things happening, whatever. Your ability to remain calm during those times serves you well. And you can learn that by playing tennis. Stay calm under pressure, and not panic, and just be a steady hand to guide yourself through. It's often the deciding factor in close matches. It really is, because everyone's good. Playing in the USTA, you have a ranking. Maybe you're in the USTA, maybe you're not. But you start out as when you're first learning, you're like a 2.5, and that's the lowest level. And I think professional players are like 7s or 8s or something like that. And most of the people playing at a tennis club are going to be between a 3.0 and a 4.5, even 5.0s. Are at least in this area, there's not that many of them. That's you're pretty exceptional if you're making it to 5.0. You're not really going to win those matches even as a 4.5. Those are just really highly skilled players going to college and playing in college and that type of thing. Recreational tennis, 3.0 to 4.5. And I've always been 4.0 to 4.5, and I'm a tweener, so I consider myself like a 4.25. I'm good enough and skilled enough to play at the 4.5 level and win. And as 4.0, I'm at the very highest end of the chain. So I'm almost like I'm a tweener. There's 4.0s that will beat me, of course, all the time. You lose a lot in tennis. But I know if I do, play up a level, 4.5, that mentally I can, get through that, and I can win those matches. It's not going to be easy. It doesn't mean the 4.5 players at the men's or women's level are hitting the ball any harder. They just get more back, and you'll hit a shot. Whereas a 4.0, you'll hit a great shot and it might not come back. 4.0 tennis is a little chunkier, meaning you get some frame balls and it's not as consistent. You get up to the 4.5 level, it's a cleaner ball. The skill level is much different, and more balls are going to come back. So you have to really, use your mental strength to get through that. And an example of how I got bumped up was by using my skill level, and using my mental strength to tell myself when I was just on my way up to playing 4.5s, when I got to play with the 4.5s, and sometimes I'd be the only 4.0 on the court, I would tell myself, okay, I want to be the best player on the court today. That was my goal. I didn't care about the score and my partner or even my opponents. I just wanted to be the best player on the court. And my girlfriend, which I talked about in the last video, she's an up and coming 4.0. Her game is ascending. Everyone else is, we're all getting older, and our games are, they've plateaued. So they, I would love to think I'm going like this. I know that I'm not, even though I'm still, at the high end of the 4.0s. If I was going like this, I'd still be a 4.5. So That says something right there. But anyway, so she was playing in a match, and it was an 8-5 combo. And what an 8-5 combo means is, its combo season is you play with either a level down below you, so she's a 4-0, I'm a 4-0. So the combo season is just the women's combo, so it's just women and women against women and women, and it's 4-0, and she plays with a 4-5. So the 4-5 is supposed to be the better player in the combo season, and the 4-0 is, supposed to be the lesser player. And then she's also playing against another 4-0 and a 4-5. So it's an 8-5 combo, mathematically. So that's the great thing about the USTA is you're always playing against people that are at your same level, which is, that's how you really improve. It's not by playing somebody better than you. I mean, you can learn some things, get your butt handed to you. You might learn something, but playing against somebody that's equal to you and using your mental strength to get through that is really how you move up to the next level, because you're equals, and you have to use whatever you have in your toolbox, and a lot of that's mental, to win the match. You discover a weakness on their part, or your strength is working great, or they haven't found your weakness and you're hiding it somehow. My backhand, it's not very good. I have an excellent forehand, a really good serve. I'm fast. I'm a good volleyer. And now, since I've been playing for 15 years, my mental strength is high. I mean, I get rattled every once in a while. Somebody calls one out, or I miss an easy shot, and that's just tennis. You just have to move on to the next point and be present. But anyway, so my girlfriend was playing in the 8-5 combo. She's playing the 4-5, and I told her, I said, I want you to try something that helped me move up to 4-5, because like I said, she's going this way. Her skill level is pretty amazing. And she hits the ball hard. For like a 5-4 girl, she smacks the ball. Her ground strokes are amazing, and she's super fast. I told her, I want you to do your best, but I want you to be the best player on the court today, because you have that kind of talent. And I said, that means better than your partner, who's a 4-5, definitely better than the 4-0 on the other side of the net, and I want you to be better than the 4-5 that's on the other side of the net. I said, I want you to have that mentality that I have the ability to be the best player on the court in this match. And she went out and she did that. She was so good, and I watched the entire match, and all three players gave her the credit she deserved. They all said, you're like, wow, you were amazing today, and how proud of her that they were. And I was so proud of her that she stepped up and tried to do what I asked her to do, and I was really pumping her up before the match. I was like, you can definitely be the best player on the court. I think talent-wise you are the best player, but she had to go out for herself and prove it. And I think it gave her confidence that I believed in her so well, and of course she believes in herself, but I just wanted to let her know that, hey, you're a pretty darn good tennis player. And she proved that she was the best player on the tennis court that day, and it was awesome. It was really awesome to watch. But anyway, mental strength is probably the biggest part of tennis, because everyone has all kinds of skill sets, and just developing a positive mindset is how you do that, and reaffirming to yourself, talking yourself through tough situations, and with examples of positive statements. I can handle this. I'm prepared for this challenge, and that is, that's how you get through it. So, I want you to try that next time you're playing tennis with your friends. Even if there's somebody better than on the court than you, tell yourself, I want to be the best player on the court today. And then go out and prove it. So anyway, don't be average, be a tennis savage. And have the capacity for tennis tenacity. And I'll see you in the next video.